in this youth group. You right here, young man. You've been holding on to God. You've been seeking God, and you've been hungry for God. You've worshiped while everybody else was worshiping and shouted when they got their blessing. Well, let me tell you what God's going to do for you because of that. He's about to bless you with a blessing. He's going to give you some favor with some people and some influence with some people and a blessing with some people. He's going to pour out some things on you. Why? Because He's watched you be faithful. He's watched you shout when others were getting blessed. He's watched you rejoice when others were getting rejoicing. He watched you before you got your blessing, rejoicing with those that got their blessing. And now He's ready to pour out on you your blessing. I'm not a prophet, but if I were, I'd tell you tonight that God's hand is upon your life, and God's favor is on your life, and God's blessing is upon you. He's getting ready to pour out like you've never seen before. We need to get childlike faith. We need to learn how to trust God. He your father or not. And He your daddy or not. You ever heard that say, my baby daddy? This is my baby daddy. We need to get childlike faith. Let me tell you something. A child don't worry about what he's going to eat. He just knows that mama is going to put something on the table and daddy goes supply the funds to get it there. He don't worry about it. We need to get to the place where we have childlike faith, where we just trust God. Except you come to Him as a little child. That's what He tells us in the Word. You want to know why? Because a little child, you can tell them, hey, we're going to take you down here. If you be good, we're going to take you down here, buy you a Big Mac and a quarter pounder and some fries and a milkshake and all that stuff. And they're going to hold you to it. They're going to come back and say, hey, when we going to go get a milkshake? They're going to hold you to that. You want to know why? They just got childlike faith in your word that you said you would. And you know something? When you don't even feel like going and you don't told them you'll take them, when they get to looking up at you with them baby doll eyes, you're going to say, okay, baby, let's get in the car and go get it. That's what God's doing for us. That's exactly the way it's going. Chester Wright told me a story. Chester Wright went to Annapolis, Maryland. He was in the Naval Academy. He was going to be a Navy officer and he's going to serve the Navy. He went to this Naval Academy to get all this training, and he was there at the Naval Academy, and while he was there, God got to dealing with him. I want you to get through this academy, and when you graduate, you're not going to be a naval officer. You're going to be a preacher. You're going to plant a church in this city. And he was there. He was like 20 years old, and his wife was like 17. And they in Annapolis, Maryland, they have a baby. They got a little mouth to feed, and they build a church. Not much income, not much coming in, just a handful of saints. And it got down to one day where they were down to the little last bottle of formula for the baby, and about 2 diapers left. And Sister Wright's going, what are we going to do, Chester? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? He said, we're going to do what we always do. We're going on visitation. 1 bottle left, 2 diapers, and they don't have any groceries. We're going to do what we always do. We're going on visitation. They go out and start doing God's work, trying to do something for God, reaching out to God, trying to do their best to be a servant of God, blessing other people, knocking on doors, inviting them to church. They get home. They pull up in their little driveway. They're looking at the door at about 5 or 6 sacks up there. And when they get to looking in there, it's the exact formula that the baby drinks, the exact size diaper that the baby wears, some meals for them and enough to last them about a month or so. You want to know why? God said, I'll take you, childlike faith. You might not have much, but if you'll be about my business, I can give you more than you ever imagined I can give you. But you got to learn how to trust me, because I'm taking you to the promise. I'm going to take you into the land of blessing and the land of favor. But you got to follow me where I lead you. Oh, hallelujah. You hear me back here in this sound booth, girl?
I hear you.
What happened to you wasn't no accident. I had a panic attack too, and they don't feel good. I don't know if this church knows it. You might not have wanted them to know it, but too bad they do now. But I'm going to tell you something. I didn't like it. It was very uncomfortable. In fact, it like to took me down. But let me tell you something. That stuff that happened to you wasn't by accident, because God said, I've got another plan, and it's better than she could ever imagine right now, and I'm going to put it together. And if you'll look at him and keep your eye on him, you're going to meet in the middle looking at the cross, because God has already made a way for it. This might be my last night, so I'm just going to get bold in the Holy Ghost. You need to hear me in this place. God's got his hand on this church. He didn't bring me here by accident. He hadn't put this man in this position by just a happenstance. Let me tell you something. God, the devil can't snatch anybody